Good evening, intentional parents. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I Some things came up and I was unable to meet up. I am so sorry. My apologies. Appreciate appreciate God for this privilege to be able to speak to us. Yes, this is the first live session we're going to be having this year. All glory to God. All glory to God. Yes, I can see your messages on WhatsApp. We are live on Facebook already. All right, so I'll be asked, we have some questions here, and we're going to be answering them very quickly. We have just This section is scheduled for 30 minutes, and I will try as much as possible to be faithful with the time. So we are going to get started immediately. So the first question I have here says that I would like to read it word for word. The first question here says that how early are teenagers exposed to pornography and sexual content? How early are teenagers exposed to pornography and sexual content? One thing I want to know is that as early as age seven and above, yes, they're already exposed to sexual content. What do I mean? These teenagers now, when I mean age seven, I mean they are not teens, they are called the preteens. So they are exposed through their phones, through through their gadget, through their tablet, from their friends, from different sources. So what parents don't know is that they think, oh, until my child gets to probably the grade three, GS3, like that. No, through different means, they are what? They are being exposed. Another question says that I'll be very, very fast with this time. I'll be very, very fast. I'll be answering the question shortly. However, I will send our answers, the full answers, to our parents group. Sorry, please, I have some messages on our parents group. Let me quickly answer them so I can. Okay. All right. Yeah, someone has joined. I'm hearing. Yes, I have some people here. Mrs. Oluwabumi. Yes, you have joined. Miss Oluwabumi, you have joined. You are welcome, ma. We have three persons here already. You are welcome. So I'll be going straight. That's the second. We are going to the second question. It says that how do I know that my teenager is? Can you hear me now? You are welcome. I can see you, ma. How do I know that my teenager is struggling with sexual addiction? Now, this is one of the questions that parents ask whenever we would webinar or frequently ask questions like this. And one thing I tell them is that one of the things signs to know is that they start hiding their phones. Yes, they start hiding their phones. They also what keep they will start isolating themselves from what? From their family members. They will feel guilty. They will be so filled with guilt, shame, and condemnation. They don't want to what? They don't want to relate with others. And one of the things I also noticed personally as a teens coach is that they don't use their profile picture. And now let me tell you this, that they don't use that profile picture does not mean they are addicted. Whenever teenagers come to me and tell me, oh, Coach Esther, I'm struggling with this, and I discovered they don't use their picture. They don't use their picture. Why? Because they are filled with guilt and they don't want me to know who they are. Now, another question that parents ask is that if I talk about sex and purity, will I not make my teenager more curious? Will I not make my teenager more my dear parents of champions? I want you to know that these teenagers, they are already curious. Yes. So being silent about it will only what? Will do more harm than good. So it's better one of my mentors, you see, even if you have not started at the age of 8, if you have not started sex education at the age of 8, you are what? You are already too late. I can see you. I can see you. I can see mommy. Like I can see Mrs. Adelakun. You are welcome. You can send in your comments. Mrs. Omot Temidatayo. You are welcome. I can see. You can drop your comments so I can see your comments. Your comments can come in. So not talking to them early will not what? Yes, thank you very much. You are welcome. I can see you. Thank you. So not talking about sex and purity will not erase that curiosity, because naturally teenagers are naturally curious. So you not answering their question, not talking about sex education at this time, will only make them to what? To be exposed to more harm. Now, another question says that what is the connection between purity and sexual addiction? Yes, one of the things I used to tell teenagers is that purity is beyond the physical heart. Yes, and thank God in our accountability group for the teenagers have started doing their books. So if your teenagers are in our accountability group, you have done them a great favor. So one of the I read some of their messages to them. One of the things they're talking about is that purity is beyond the physical heart. It's beyond, oh, there is no sex. No. It's about the mind. It's about the heart. So whenever some teenagers tell me, oh, Coach Esther, I don't have a girlfriend, but I'm masturbating, I say, that's still an immoral heart. So you have to let them know that it's beyond what? It's beyond the physical heart alone. It's about their heart. What is the state of their heart, their soul, their mind? Yes. Now, another question says that, should I punish my teenager if I discover pornography or masturbation? Okay, another question that parents are asking is that, should I punish? One thing I also want you to know is that your teenager is not just exposed to addiction. Does not just happen willingly. I want to take there's nothing I'm taking home tonight. Is what I want to know is that sexual addiction happens when exposure means what? When they are being exposed very early without what? Without guidance. Some of the teenagers I talked to, they were like, oh, it just happened. I was checking my elder brother's phone, and I saw it and it popped up. And out of curiosity, they want to know, okay, what is this thing about? And when they check, their mind has been rewired. At that time, their brain is still developing. They're unable to make wise decisions. So when they check their phone, they want to go back to it again. And by the time they go back to it, their brain will tell them, oh, this is satisfaction. They want to go back. By the time they are going back to it repeatedly, a pattern is being formed unconsciously. That's why they will go back to it. By the time they start going back to it, what used to happen probably once in a week will start happen probably three. Before you know it, it start happen two times. It will start increasing from 3 times in a week to 5 times in a week. Before you know it, it will start increasing. They start say, oh, it's happening every day. Another question says, now I've not answered the question. The question says that, should I punish? Now I want you to know is that, one thing I want to know is that when you punish your child, when they are being caught watching pornography, it does not solve the problem. It does not. It will only bring shame. They'll be so ashamed of themselves. They'll say, oh, mommy has caught me, daddy has caught me, and they want to what? Withdraw. So punishment alone will not make your child to stop watching pornography. And let me tell you this as well. I understand that their gadgets, their phones are what is making them to be exposed to. But if you seize their phones, seizing their phones alone will not also stop it. Because when they go to school, their friends will bring that phone and they will watch it at a maximum level, and as a parent, you're not there to monitor them. So there are certain things you have to put in place